All right, good everybody. This is Emar Selpertooth, the Sports Inquirer, and we're joined by Kelly Dorn and Kate Novack from the Georgia State Beach Volleyball team. We're happy that they're available for us today. They're preparing for the conference tournament, which we'll get to in a little bit. But let's start with your last match together as a group. You were able to win your regular season finale against North Florida and get that crucial point for the Panthers. What was that feeling like in ending the regular season on a high note?
Yeah, it was really cool to go out with a win because as a senior, that was also my last regular season match ever. So not just of the season. And it felt good to be the ones to clinch it for us.
Yeah, and as a unit, well, you mentioned it was your senior campaign. You had the option of moving on from the program and going to, other endeavors. What was that like for you, one deciding to play again for the Panthers and to be on that court a final time?
Yeah, when season ended so abruptly last year, I just had this feeling that like I couldn't end on that and I couldn't be done. So I had an extra semester of school anyway. So I was like, what's another one? So I get to play one more year with all my teammates and come back and fun to play with Kelly again because that's who I ended the season with last year as well.
Yeah, and Kelly, we'll go to you. It's your second year as a unit together as a doubles team, and you're 12-5 on the year. What's this year been like playing as a unit and having another year together?
It's been so nice. Like Kate said, last year ended so abruptly, and I was really worried that that was the last time that we were ever going to get to play together. So when she came back this year and Beth put us back together, I was super excited, and just getting after it this year has been so fun.
What's been the difference maybe this year as a unit compared to last year, your first year as a team?
I think last year we had to really like build up our team chemistry and work on the little things. And it's been fun this year that like we're both so comfortable with each other on the court now that we're able to really work on very specific things. And we both kind of know what each other wants without having to like say it to each other. So it's just nice that like we've been together so long that we kind of read our each other's minds on the court.
Yeah, and how do you build that synergy, especially during this last off season? I mean, you played in the spring of 2020 together. The season was cut short. You weren't able to get much activity, I'm sure, together in the summer and the fall. How do you build that chemistry again and that continuity coming into this spring season? Either one of you can answer.
I think that a lot of it just comes down to using every practice that we do get the chance to play together, every game we do get the chance to use it as full as we can. I know things have been cut kind of short with COVID, but just utilizing those moments even more than we used to. I think we also spend a lot of time together off the court, especially at tournaments. We stay in the same room at the hotel. So just like bonding ourselves together off the court too, I think helps with our team chemistry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
you
I
go
think,
ahead. Go ahead, please.
sorry. I also think Kelly and I play pretty similar styles of volleyball, and that definitely helps a lot too.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the schedule. You've played some nationally ranked teams, some top five programs. Your schedule's been very intensive. What's it been like working through that schedule, and do you think it's been beneficial preparing for this conference tournament?
Definitely. It's always exciting getting to play like top 10 schools because I guess in those situations we are considered the underdog. So it's really fun to go out and just know that we need to play our hardest and every point matters. And it really prepares us for the more like easier matches because we know that we still have to go out and play as hard as we can.
Yeah, and what about the Georgia State program? You won 20 matches in the regular season, I think for the fifth time in program history. When you think of beach volleyball, you tend to think of the western part of the country. We're in the southeast, but maybe teams in the Florida, things like that. What about Georgia State? And both of you are not even from the state of Georgia. What about the program and just the building of it in your time in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's just really fun to be able to represent the Southeast and stay in that top 20 position because, like you said, everyone thinks of out in California or down in Southern Florida is where beach volleyball is played. So it's really cool to be able to play here, and especially in downtown Atlanta. It's not like we're out at the coast down in Savannah or anything either. So it's just really cool to be able to represent the East Coast and play here downtown.
Yeah, I think we have such a cool situation. I know a lot of teams like it's play on the beach, but I think our courts are so unique and so special. And the fact that we literally are in downtown, looking at the Capitol, looking at the train next to us, it's just such a cool situation to play. And I just think that's what's so cool about playing in downtown Atlanta instead of just out on the West Coast.
Yeah, and how did you find your way into Atlanta? Kate, you're from the state of Indiana. Kelly, you're from the state of Texas. Obviously, you come from a long way to play beach volleyball. Was there not that availability in your respective states and or in your regions? And what led to coming to Georgia State?
So I don't think there's any schools that have beach volleyball north of Tennessee. So my options were pretty limited up there. I considered playing indoor for a little while, but knew that I wanted to play beach. And I met Beth and our old assistant coach at a recruiting showcase, and it just seemed like a really good fit down here. And I'm also from a pretty small town, and I was really eager to get out and explore some different options. So being in downtown Atlanta is definitely a lot different than like rural Indiana.
Yeah, I think for me it was a lot different because in Texas there are quite a few programs, and I live like 20 minutes from TCU and a couple other programs. So I definitely had the option to stay. But for me, it really just came down to wanting something new with how fun and exciting Atlanta is, and as well as Beth just being such a drawing force of how amazing of a coach she is.
Yeah, and now you're preparing for the conference tournament. You've seen all these teams, or at least most of them, at some point of the year. How has preparations been going for the tournament, and what do you anticipate when it starts up this weekend?
We've just been really like fine tuning everything. We've worked really hard all season, and we are looking back at the teams that we've played before and trying to kind of remember like how they played as well, and practicing things that we think are going to be able to stop them, like defensively, and things that we need to do to stop them.
Yeah, and Kelly,
I
what
think
about?
also,
Oh, go ahead, Kelly, please.
yeah, sorry. I was just going to say, I think with last year being cut short and the fact that we didn't get to conference means even much more to us this year. So I think we've been working even extra hard this year to take advantage of the opportunity that we've gotten to play at conference. So yeah, just like what Kate said, fine tuning a couple things, looking at some film from past games, and just really getting ready to go out there and give it our all for the last weekend.
Well, once again, we were joined by Kelly Dorn and Kate Novack of the Georgia State beach volleyball team. Thank you for your time, and good luck this weekend in your conference tournament.
Thank you so much.